doesn't have to be back until tomorrow, you know, Frank.
Well, she wants them all away quick, doesn't she?
It's about time to grab a cup of coffee.
Yeah, come on.
You started on the shed and all that, have you, Frank?
I just thought to get it done, you know.
How long have you been here?
About an hour.
Do you always work like that?
I just thought, you know, try and get it done before Petra come back, like.
What time's she coming?
Not until tomorrow. And I wanted that shed down before I went there.
Steve's on that thing and it'll fall down. When are we supposed to ump it all, like?
Tonight.
What? The cooker's the shed and the bleeding sofa.
You can do a few trips.
Can't, you know. I'm training tonight.
Well, then there's the keys, then.
Oh, no way. Put myself on the line by when that truck. It has to be back by tomorrow and in one piece.
Oh, come, mate. I'm a sound rubber duck, me, you know.
Is that why you lost your licence, Frank?
You don't need a licence to know how to drive.
You do with me. Bloody hell. She's certainly clearing Gavin out of the system, isn't she?
Right. It's as though she wants to forget he ever existed. Know what I mean?
It's funny, isn't it? By this time tomorrow night, no one will ever know whether he existed or not. Won't be a trace of him.
I can understand in a way, but...
But what?
Yeah. They can't have been too happy, can they?
She always looked as miserable as sin. Well, every time I saw her, anyway.
It was this baby business.
Had they been trying long?
About 2 years. Gavin didn't want kids. Well, not really. He told me once. Out of his skull he was. Going on and on about how marriage had ruined his sex life. All started when they moved here. I remember when they moved in. We were sitting in there having a cup of tea and he said it then. New house, new start. All that garbage. That's what he said. At first he thought it'd keep her happy. Something to take her mind off it, like. Didn't seem to work, though. Christ. I remember him telling me once about how he had to deliver sperm samples and perform at specific times so that the doctor could examine it. It put me off me stroke and all.
Yeah. Well, till I moved here to give her something to do.
Had to be, didn't it? A rock and horse wouldn't even think you could do the cougars out there and get away with it.
Not with old Roger next door, anyway.
Bit of activity over at the tailor's.
The widow Taylor, you mean?
Oh, Paul.
Ah, that's what she is.
Well, all the same. Didn't see her car, though.
Ah, she came over earlier. Gone back to her sister's now, I presume.
Wonder who it is over there, then.
One of those Johnnies who helped them move in, I think.
What are you doing?
I'm just running over the social security leaflets again.
Whatever for?
Free school meals.
What? You're not serious?
Oh, you told me we had to economise to pay the rates bill.
Or sell the car? Well, what are you doing, then?
Research. Gearing myself up for when unemployment benefit expires and I have to throw myself on the humanitarianism of the SS.
What?
SS. Social Security. It's a sardonic joke. Probably coined by someone who read about the real SS in a comic.
You're not serious about free school meals, are you?
Not if I'm one of the 3 million. Why shouldn't I apply for free school uniforms as well?
At a private school?
I think I have a case for arguing that the expenditure was committed before the redundancy was known. About time he had a new one.
What?
He's growing up.
What?
Oh, your father's thinking of applying to the SS for free school uniforms.
I'd rather go in rags.
Nonsense, who'd know?
I would.
It'd be the same uniform, the same money. Instead of the government giving me the money through the unemployment office, I'd get it from the Social Security. Same banker, different account, that's all.
Not to me, it isn't. My God, you'll have me all free school dinners next. There's nothing wrong with this uniform. I thought we were trying to save money.
Not a question of saving money, Gordon, but what we're entitled to under the welfare state.
If you do get any spare cash, Dad, I'd rather you spent it on a synthesizer. I really think you're being unfair, Dad.
Do you?
Yeah. I was thinking today. Remember our burglary?
Yes?
Well, all that stuff I had taken amounts to the same price as Mark Gossage wants for his old synth.
Does it?
Yeah. And I still think I should have got more than that Sinclair computer in return. That only cost as much as the radio cassette I lost. And as for that camera...
Gordon, will you stop carping on about how much you personally lost in that burglary? We all did. Whatever we received from the insurance claim went straight back into the household economy.
For what? A carport for the car that we still haven't got.
Which we won't get if your mother gets her way.
If I get my way about what?
About the carport.
Oh, that. Would increase the rates bill, wouldn't it? Anyway, I thought you were thinking of cancelling it.
What?
Oh, if you're thinking of selling the car, you won't want a carport.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
It would make sense, Dad. I mean, none of us mind about the car.
Oh, don't you?
No, you could sell it. Get a cheaper one. Not bother with the carport.
And buy you a synthesizer instead.
Well, if you felt like it, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't. It won't work, Hannah.
Well, what, darling?
Mobilising the family against me.
Oh, it isn't a question of mobilising the family against
Oh,
you.
isn't it?
No. But obviously, if everyone feels the same...
Now,
perhaps-
look, I am not going to sell the car, nor am I going to cancel the carport. Or buy you a synthesizer. If the noise from that one upstairs is anything to go by, I'd rather buy you a set of bagpipes. Okay? Is that clear enough? Now, who wants tea?
Your coffee's here.
I prefer tea.
He's definitely weakening.
So much for the surprise.
I thought you said tomorrow, Frank.
Not me. She did. What's up? I thought she wasn't coming back till tomorrow.
So did I. She just wants some clothes.
You just knackered all Frank's plans.
What plans?
Well, he wanted to have all his shed and the cucumbers and the sofa and everything out by the time he got here. Thought he wasn't coming back until tomorrow. Glad he did, though. God knows what else he'd have had me doing. For one awful moment down in the kitchen, I thought he was going to ask me to redecorate the old bloody house.
Oh, I never thanked you for fixing the glass door.
It's all right.
Won't bring Gavin back though, will it?
Do you two want coffee or tea? Frank's making us.
Coffee!
See,
Are you coming down?
Yeah, in a minute.
I told you to make someone a wonderful wife, didn't I?
I don't know which to do. Kill myself or Gordon.
You should be grateful that he hasn't taken an interest in drums.
He doesn't have to. That thing can simulate them. See? Whoever thought of those things ought to have been shot.
Electrocution would be more appropriate.
But doesn't it bother you?
No, not really. Actually, I think you're more bothered about who it belongs to rather than what it is.
Don't I have cause? Do you want Gordon running the streets with the likes of Gossage and Crawford?
He's merely taking an adolescent interest in the latest music.
The neighbours complaining.
Doubt if anyone's home from work yet.
What about the electricity it uses? I thought we were being cost conscious.
Couldn't you claim it on the Social Security?
He's been a really good mate, Frank. He's been in prison, you know.
What for?
Don't know, something to do with his car. It's before I met him and Gavin.
Been on him long?
Met him the same time as Gavin. At the Grafton. God knows what I was doing there. It's one of our Christmas parties at work. don't know why we decided to go there, though. Anyway, it was Frank who tried to get off at me first. He wanted to take me home. Gavin seemed more interested in the girl I was dancing with. What was her name? She did the accounts and that. Red hair and... Andrea. No, Anthea. I can't remember her second name. Anyway, he seemed more interested in her. She didn't want to know. I fancied him, though. But I had Frank trying to get his hand up my jumper all night. It wasn't funny at the time. I mean, I really like Frank now. He's just not my type.
What happened?
Oh, by the time Engelbert's Humperdinck's last waltz had been dredged up from somewhere, Frank was legless and Anthea had gone off with the sales rep from Rank's Xerox. He always came to our office parties. He can't hold his drink. Frank, I mean. I think that probably had something to do with him going into prison as well.
Is that why he lost his licence?
Don't know, probably. Anyway, Frank was poured into a taxi and Gavin took me home as a consolation prize.
Did he get his hand up your jumper? I think Frank still regrets missing out, you know.
Don't be daft.
He cares about you.
I know, he's been a really good mate.
He still will be. If you let him.
I shouldn't have come back and spoilt all his plans.
He won't mind.
Do you think I'm doing the right thing?
How do you mean?
Getting rid of all Gavin's stuff. It's just that I don't want anything to remind me, you know.
Yeah, I can see that.
But everything I've got reminds me. This is a dress I wore when we came to look at the house. He didn't want to come over here, you know. Kept going on about how he could fit the whole house into the living room of our old flat. He only did it for me.
You won't want to keep the cookers as a memento, though, will you? And if you play your cards right, Frank will have the shed ripped down and the garden served over by the weekend. I was wondering what I was going to ask.
Come on, you two, it's poured out.
What were you going to say?
No, doesn't matter. We better get going, I'll say. Frank's going to have a cab on. He's probably made some sarnies as well.
You're not serious about free school meals and uniforms, are you?
Why not? I don't see why I or you or Gordon and Lucy should be penalised, because I have the experience to analyse a complicated bureaucratic system and get the most out of it. Not my fault if others lose out. I'm only interested in us.
Sounds very selfish.
Oh, is it? And your bleating on about forming a rates association isn't, I suppose?
Oh, that's entirely different.
Ah, rubbish. You're only interested because our rates are too high. Not the Grants across the Close or the Huntingtons next door.
Right.
Our rates, Anna.
It comes to the same thing.
I know it does. That's the point. There's nothing wrong in being selfish. And there's no such thing as altruism either. People do things because somewhere along the line there's something in it for them. May not always be money, maybe personal status or local notoriety. But the bottom line is that people need motivation. And that stems from personal gratification, which stems from wanting something out of life for themselves, i.e. selfishness, if you like.
I see. So your idea of free school uniforms and free school meals is a selfish act?
Yeah.
Then where does that leave Lucy and Gordon? Facing a stigma at school, that's where.
Nice sarnies, Frank.
Anyone want any more tea or coffee?
I'll have one, Frank.
Coffee.
You're not going, are you?
Smaller soon, you know.
Do you mind if I smoke, Pet?
I do, actually. It's bad enough in your house, but I don't want my own stinking like an old ashtray.
Are you all right?
Oh, yeah. I feel great.
I don't mean that. You seem a bit agitated.
I'm always like this when I lose a husband, or hadn't you noticed?
There's no need for that. You know what I mean.
No, Marie, I don't.
It's something other than Gavin, isn't it? I can tell. I always could. God knows I had to learn how to, didn't I?
Please, Marie, don't start on about the mother substitute bit again. Being in your house is like being back at home.
Is it? Well, perhaps it'll do you some good. You need somebody to shift you, you do. Put a bomb on you every now and then. Otherwise, you'll just sit and brood about everything.
And I haven't got something to brood about now.
I'm not saying you haven't. You just need to shift yourself a bit more, that's all.
And do what?
Go back to work. Start sorting this place out. You've got two very willing assistants, haven't you? Oh, you just need something to take your mind off it.
Go out and enjoy myself, like.
Get out from under our feet, more like.
What?
Well, now that the subject has come up.
What subject?
Look, I know it's only been 4 weeks, but you do have to start sometime. And other people do have to get on with their lives.
You want me to leave your house?
You've got your own home here, haven't you? And Aunt Michelle said she'd come and stay, didn't she? It's not fair on the kids, is it? Seeing you moping around the house looking like a wet week. Didn't know the reason, of course, but...
Should I stay here now, then, or can I come back and collect me stuff?
Oh, now don't start like that. I'm only doing what's best. For us all.
There you go, Pet. After we've done the shed, we'll shift this for you.
You're not serious about getting rid of this settee, are you? It seems such a shame. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, are you giving it away or selling it or what?
Why? Think it looked good in your front room?
Well, it wasn't, but now you come to mention it. How much do you want for it?
I don't know. Barry said he knows somebody who might be interested in it.
You'd have to match 300, Millie.
What?
Well, it's 3 leather, this, you know.
Who's going to pay that?
A mate of mine. Well, he's not really a mate. Some flash merchant. Owns a couple of clubs in town, you know.
Why didn't you tell us before, you?
You're not the only one who likes surprises, you know, Frank.
You know, it's not bad though, is it? And here's me thinking I'm going to be the hero getting a ton and a half for the cougars.
150?
Yeah, you two must have some pretty stupid mates.
How did you manage to get that for those, Frank?
Well, they may not be worth much now, but done up a bit, you know, you can get 50 quid profit on each of them easy.
Sounds like you're going to be a rich widow, Orchid.
Yeah. Especially with his insurance policies. Seems like Gavin's worth more dead than alive.
Aren't we all?
Leave her. She's got to cry it out.
I'll shift the cups before we start on the shed.
You and her close?
Used to be. Then I had the kids. Do you know about?
Yeah.
Said she couldn't keep coming round and seeing them. I understand, but she's closer to our Michelle now. That's the youngest. Right live wire she is. I want her to come and move in with Pet for a bit. She'd keep her busy, you know.
How do you think she's gonna take?
I haven't got a clue.
Don't think it's really yet. Once she gets back here to the empty house and that.
Well, that's why I want our Michelle to come over.
I was thinking of it, asking her out. Just for a night out, like, just to cheer her up a bit,
I don't see why not. It'd do her good.
Yeah, but, well, it's a bit awkward really, isn't it?
Yeah. Still, there's only one way to find out, isn't there? Go and ask her. Oh, and you don't want to worry what other people think. It's up to her, isn't it?
You okay?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about something.
Would you do something for me?
Yeah?
Take the Gavin Pet sticker off the car.
You're okay? What I wanted to ask you was, if,
You know, me and Gavin were trying to have kids.
yeah,
And he's dead now. The last time I spoke to him, we had a row. Well, I think I'm pregnant.